Where we at? Where we at, Bentley? Nah, don't go out there, dude. We are at Ace in the warehouse. This is the man himself, JT. Thank you for blessing me with stuff so I can keep breaking everything.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go through and pick some stuff out so that I can skate. Which ones you say were the 9-inch? 77, okay. So they have hollows, right?
I don't think we made 77.
Hollows? 77? Yeah, they're right there.
Ah, perfect. That way I can skate the cruiser if I end up wanting to skate it. Sick. Thank you.
It's a 9.5 axle, so maybe you want 66s.
66? Yeah, let's do 66. Just to be safe.
Did you say it's 9?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 9. It's like the Curb Killer heroin board.
Yeah.
He gave it to me and I was just sitting around with it. And then I'm like, dude, it's a skateboard. I should skate it.
Yeah.
Like, thank you.
You want to eat it?
You want to eat the trucks?
You tried.
This dude's a circus dog too. Thank you. All right, so I skate 55s. These are sick. These are like Brian Anderson's trucks. Definitely, as a bigger skater, like Brian Anderson was one of my favorites growing up. Because it's just like the way that people move, the speed that people move at. Like watching Brian Anderson is always sick. Kind of similar to how I move. Not the fastest, but we get it done, you know? And what else do we need? What do we need? Come on, let's go. What do we need? We need some 55 hollows. Because the bigger ones are definitely a little better to have hollows when you get the bigger ones, right? They're like, boom, there we go. All right, we got 55 hollows. Okay, now we need to grab like my favorite, like I'm a little bit weird, I guess. For my smaller setup, we're gonna get some of the gold 44s. Cause I don't know, I like gold trucks, it's different. That wasn't an option when I was a kid. There we go, got the gold 44. All right, Bentley, come on. We're gonna get some bushings and stuff. So I was talking to Joey and he's telling me that Ace come with bushings that you can get a lot looser in the beginning. Because, you know, a lot of times with kids have a hard time actually getting their trucks loose enough that they can turn. And I've definitely seen that teaching kids. Like a lot of times it's so hard to get their board loose enough to teach them how to carve. And so for like months, if it's a 5-year-old, it could be months, all they can do is kick turn. So a lot of times I'll end up giving them one of my boards to ride, and like I'll ride around on their board just to try to break it in a little better. But if you ride Ace, you don't have that problem. But for someone big like my ass, that means I break their bushings. So this is gold for me. These are all the bushings. And I gotta rep the hard ones. So these are the hard ones. These are awesome. I used to switch out bushings to the bones ones, but no, I'm not gonna bash them or anything, but they don't work anymore. I broke the last few pairs, so grab a couple of these. Obviously don't need them for the cruiser. And yeah, grab some extra bolts too. These are perfect. I never have trouble with the kingpins, but these are for the axles, so this will be perfect. All right. What else? Oh yeah, wax. You gotta have wax. Especially for me, I got a bad habit of leaving wax at skate parks. And some bearings too. Sick. All right, last thing that we need is some grip tape. So grab some grip tape. Yeah, dude is awesome. He's like, as long as he doesn't try to go outside. All right, he's with Joey. Okay, so this stuff right here is for people like me who feel insecure if their feet slip at all. Like, this is the stuff for you. This is the XG grip, and like this stuff will tear the skin off your fingers. I'm feeling it right now. This is the regular stuff right here. Obviously, it's not going to come through on camera. The regular stuff's pretty grippy on its own, but this right here, at the end of the day, I'm going to hold my wife's hand and she's going to scream and tell me to stop touching her with this stuff right here. So I'm going to grab some of this. I'm going to grab a few of these regular ones too. Actually, I'm gonna grab the Galaxy. So the Galaxy's got like gold sparkle in it. I'm a weirdo, so I'm gonna grab some of this too. And then they got clear stuff. And the cool thing about this clear is, because I was riding the clear Jessup for a while, when I want to put it on a cruiser, it wasn't wide enough. So I think Pepper, they know what's up. They knew that people were gonna want this stuff on their cruisers, and people that are a little bit more funky with how they set their stuff up. So this is a lot wider, so grab some of that too. Are you bothering people at work? What's in the can? Like, what's your mission with all this stuff? Like, you got trucks that are looser so that kids don't have a problem? Because I teach a bunch of kids, and that's always a problem. I was just talking about it, like kids not being able to turn their skateboard and then just eating it, because like, yeah, it's like you teach them how to carve, but their board can't get loose enough. So is that like a big factor? What, like when you started Ace?
Oh yeah, because it's always easy to make your trucks tight. Like you could tighten your trucks down easily, but having loose trucks, especially if you're small and don't have a lot of weight, so you know the looseness of the trucks has always been hard to. So I wanted to make them straight out the gate loose,
and they're better quality, so you could actually skate them. But they're still
stable
like
too, though. Even though the trucks are loose, they're still stable.
See, when I was growing up, like basically all the trucks were trash, and so I learned all my tricks with the trucks as tight as possible.
Yeah.
So now I can get that medium. I can get that medium so that when I go down the pop, it doesn't wobble.
It doesn't wobble.
But I can carve.
Yeah.
And if I want to swerve into a trick, I can.
Yeah. So like with the geometry of the truck and then the bushing setup, that was my goal, is to be able to, like, when you go down to pop, you're stable. But if you land wrong, you could still carve out of it. And then also for, like, when you're going down hills and stuff, you won't wobble. You can still be stable.
Still feel good.
Yeah.
Yo, Joey, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for hooking me up too. This dude is a legend. This dude.
Man.
Was it the Stage 4 that you designed originally? Or which?
For the Indies?
For the Indies, yeah.
No, it was 8, 9, and 10.
8, 9, and so those are like the ones. That's those are the ones that I actually skated. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I kind of messed with and stuff, and then made Aces later.
So basically, he made trucks that could actually turn, because before like Stage 8, you couldn't turn your trucks. That's why he watched old footage from the 90s. Everybody's tic-tacking in their footage. Yeah. And if you watch footage now, unfortunately for us who want to film, if you tic-tac now, somebody's gonna call you out because the trucks don't suck.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
Back then, you didn't really have a choice,
You didn't have a choice.
We had to boil bushings, cut bushings, do all the.
We would I would cut like a piece off of the top bushing. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, dude.
And I would cut lines in them, vertical lines.
I never did that.
So then it would, they would like.
Oh, they'd compress a little bit.
Yeah.
Dude, all the stuff we used to have to do, like, did you put your shoes in the microwave?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. See, people, I've talked about that on the channel.
Same with the bushings.
I never did that.
Boil them or put them in the microwave,
dude,
to try to activate them, to get them to loosen up,
When I talk about this stuff on the channel, sometimes like some people in the comments don't believe me. They're like, you didn't do that. It's like, nah, we did all of that.
Yeah, we did all that.
You guys are very fortunate to have stuff like this.
Yeah, like now the quality and the way products are, it's like, You know, and we also went from shape boards to popsicle sticks, from wide to small, like wheels, small, big, like soft, hard. Like we were always, like now things are kind of set, but you know, a lot of times, like, all of a sudden we're riding popsicle sticks out of nowhere.
Dude.
You know, like having to get used to new shapes. And
I rode a 7.5 with like 58 to 60 millimeter wheels. Like that's how I learned, because the wheels had to be big because it was like there was no skate park.
Yeah.
And so we were skating street, and our parents weren't going to buy us gear. So it's like, if I get 58s or if I get 60s, they'll last forever. They're going to be a triangle by the time I'm done with them.
Yeah, see, from growing up in San Francisco, we were always bombing hills. So we would get big wheels because,
Massive.
you know, after like a day or two, they're from 58 to 54s, you know, so.
And y'all used to eat it bombing those hills back
you
then,
do
because
eat
you
shit.
couldn't turn on those. Oh, shit. Bentley.
Yeah, that's what my dog used to do.
Uh-oh.
That's all.
Joey, thank you. I'm going to have to clean up after the damn dog.
Oh, I know it.